Isaiah 10 said, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees." So this is talking about America, because who is the only country that's doing all these wickedness laws? Where sodomites can get married, lesbians can get married, all type of wickedness, animality, bestiality. So this is the perverse land. This is what Yeshaya, Isaiah was talking about in chapter 10. The prophets didn't know, but now the prophets are back, and we are back, and we have more knowledge than these prophets, because they didn't know this was talking about America. To turn aside the needy, and that's what's going on right now, from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people. And who is doing that? That's the so-called white people, these Edomites, and they do that every day. They turn the needy away from judgment, man, and take away from the right of the poor of the people, man, by frauding you. And how is they frauding you? They fraud you by by the laws, they set, and regulations they set. That's how they fraud you. It said that widows may be they prey, right? Talking about these women. And that they rob the fatherless, right? Because they rob us. They rob us in many ways, man. Everything is fraud. Everything is fraudulent. And that's how they rob us. This is talking about these Edomites. He said, "And what will ye do in the day of visitation?" Talking about these rich elite, these bankers, these Rothschilds, these DuPonts, Dugettis, these people that bought America in 1932, the Rothschilds, same people that gave most of their corporation up to China, which this place is going to be literally overtaken by China and the UN in the future, because people don't really understand what's going down. And we in World War III right now. Literally, cyber war is the new war. When a country can take over a country without invading it, but and take over its voting legislation through cyber, that's the new war. So we in those times. It said, "What will ye do in the day of visitation? In the day of desolation shall come from far." Shall come from far. It's talking about those angels, because these angels, they come from a whole different country, a whole different heaven, and a different stratosphere. Also, those Russians, and those Chinese, because they gonna do it too, and the Arabs gonna do it to them. It says, let's get back to this. To turn aside the knee. Oh, Isaiah 10, verse 4. Without me they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this is his anger. It's not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. Right. It's talking about you so-called Negroes, because the so-called demon, the so-called white man, is the rod of the whipping stick of Yahweh, who the world ignorant to call God, his left side. He's the whipping stick. He's the one that, when we get out of line, he's sick on us. You dig? He said, "Without me," it's talking about us, "they shall bow down under the prisoners. They shall fall under slain. For all this anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. O Assyrian, the rod of my anger. The staff in their hand is my indignation." Right. So the Yahweh is controlling his devil. but he's double, and he's made it through with a double dub. It says, "O Assyrian, rod of my anger, the staff of the hand is my indignation." What's that? 5. Rod of my hand and the staff in the hand is my indignation. I will send him against a hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. Right? And that happened. That happened in 70 AD. Roman siege. And that's happening now. Because these devils was created for wickedness. Esau was created to do nothing but evil. And it goes back to the story of Jacob and Esau. I was sinning against a hypocritical nation, against the people of my wrath, right? Because 2/3 of God's people are on his bad side. It's 2/3 and it's 1/3. And I will give him charge. Howbeit he meaneth not so, neither do his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few. He's talking about this so-called demon, this blue-eye serpent. You know, you goddamn know. Howbeit he meaneth, verse 8, he said, "For he saith, are not my princes altogether kings? Is not Calness Carchemish, and not Hamath, and Arpad is not Samaria as Damascus? As my hand have found kingdoms of the idols, whose graven images did excel them of Jerusalem and of Samaria. Shall I not have done unto Samaria and her idols?" Right? Because that's what caused us to go into captivity of these devils. Following the other name being coons. We call them right now, we call those coons. Same thing they doing right now. Just because this is the daughter of Babylon, which is America. And now people doing the same thing. Fucking cooning. Being coons. You know what I'm saying? And that's why another judgment is coming. That's the thermonuclear fire, man. But also it's gonna be the martial law. Martial law. It's gonna be destruction after destruction. You gonna like the movie 2012. It's a lot of movies that broadcast this. Okay,